Hello and welcome back to another video on Tripsichore SunSalutes and how I practice them, teach them, embody them, and explain them. This video is going to be the first in a series of Tripsichore's Basic 5. Now, let me give you a little mini overview of Tripsichore's Basic 5. Now, this is a name that I have given it. This is not the classic Tripsichore name of these SunSalutes or the group of these SunSalutes. The reason why I call them the Basic 5 is because they are the skeleton on everything we build in the practice. The back bends, the inversions, the twists, the contortions, everything that we would classically call advanced postures is built on this. And this is where the technique really, it's the foundation of where you explore and master the technique. Now, if you want to know about the technique, hey, hire me for a one-on-one or come to a workshop if I ever have one, and I will break down the technique. The technique is absolutely simple, and it can be applied across the scope of not only all of Tripsichore SunSalutes and choreography, but all of yoga. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1's in this video. Now, just to let you know, what I call the Basic 5 are 1's or what is classically called 2's. I will explain that later. So 1 or 2's, that's 1. Circles, développé, can-do, and walking splits. Those are the Basic 5. They do not change. They are the same. There are no variations, except when it comes to the walking splits. When I get to that video, I'll talk about that, but that's just me. That's just kind of what I've put in. And it's just a Nikki version of it, advanced version of it, as you could say. But nothing changes because they are so foundational, and it is critical to understand and master these, not only mentally, but physically, so that when you get into all the other ultras and double ultras and all that other stuff, when it falls apart, it falls down to these Basic 5. And you really never get off course if you embody and understand these. Enough said. Let's start 1's. Okay, so I call them 1's. Classically, they are 2's. And people are like, what is the difference between 1 and 2's? Nothing, except the number of times. So there is a unlinked and there's a linked. And I will go through those in great detail. Hopefully this video is not too long. So you could do one set of unlinked and one set of linked, or you can do 2 sets of unlinked or 2 sets of linked. You can even take it up to 3 3s, 4 4s, 5 5. It just depends. Classically, it's 2's just because it kind of, usually it's cold here in London when we were practicing, and that really just kind of gets our joints going. But I like to do 1's. I like to just keep it moving. So I do 1. So that means I only do 1 set of each. So let's start with the unlinked. Why it is called the unlinked? Because it comes back to prayer. That is simply the reason it's called the unlinked. So we're going to start in prayer, hands to prayer. And you start on an exhale here. Now the inhale takes the arms out to the side, just to the height of the shoulders. Your arms are nice and straight from fingertip to fingertip. This is the inhale position. The exhale position brings you back to prayer. Now remember, the weight is on the balls of the feet here, not on the heels, not on all 4 points. Front balls of the feet, right behind the toes. From this exhale position, you'll inhale, take the pelvis forward, and you'll lift the arms up into a high arch, and you're going to drop the shoulder blades down. Your choice to drop the chin in or lift the chin up. Completely how your neck feels for that day, that moment of the day. This is the inhale position. The exhale pushes the pelvis back, and you're going to keep the spine straight. Remember, keep the weight onto the balls of the feet, and you're going to lower your torso down to it's probably parallel to the floor. It's not necessarily that it has to be parallel. What you want to do is create a straight line from the tailbones, the sitting bones, all the way through the lumbar curve, the thoracic, and up through the neck and the head. So it comes nice and straight. I'll keep this profile. And remember, this is an exhaled position. You get into this from an exhale. Following is an inhale. You bend the knees forward, keeping the weight onto the balls of the toes. You lift the rib cage up. You come into a Utkatasana first. On the first half of that inhale, the second part of that inhale takes that right leg or left leg, depending on which side you're doing, back. Now, I call this a short high lunge. Classically, the knee is bent, but we will get to that in the second half, which is the linked. I like to keep the leg nice and straight. We're just starting to move here. Exhale, the hips go back. That slides that back leg, which is now my right back, and allows you to come into a runner's lunge. Remember, you want a nice straight line from the head to the heel. The front leg, which is now my left, the knee is over the ankle. This is the runner's lunge. You've exhaled here. The inhale, which is the next half breath, you're going to take that front leg back. You're now in a plank. Nice straight line, straight spine. Now the next breath is the exhale. You bend the knees as close to the floor as possible. Don't touch the floor. And push the hips back. Keep the spine straight. Don't collapse the spine. Remember, straight leg, straight line between the sitting bones and the head. I call this the Utkatasana, which is on the floor. Next is the inhale. Go through the legs, straighten them back. Go through the chest. Bend the elbows ever so slightly to pull yourself up into an upward facing dog. This is the inhale position. The next half breath is the exhale. Push the sitting bones back, flip the toes over, keeping the spine straight, and you're into the downward facing dog. Try to keep the spine as long as possible. Try not to collapse into the shoulders. This is not a stretch. You're just moving with the half breath, keeping the spine straight. The next inhale, you step that same leg that went back first, goes forward. It was my right, so I'm going to step my right forward. My little thing dropped here. Let's tuck it back in. So step the right leg forward, keeping the back leg straight. Push the pelvis forward. That may drag the back leg forward ever so slightly. Pull the rib cage up. You're in a short, high lunge. We use the short, high lunge to get down and come back in my version of the unlinked. Classically, it will be a bent knee, but I like it nice and high. Exhale, stepping the left foot or the back foot in. Now you're going to try to go through a Utkatasana first before you take it to a forward bend. This is all on the exhale. Remember, going down, we went through Utkatasana first. Now coming back, we go through Utkatasana first. So we exhale, pushing the hips back and up, stepping the back foot in, Utkatasana, and smooth it out by continuing the journey of the sitting bones going over the heels, keeping the spine straight. You're in a forward bend. From here, inhale, pelvis forward. That starts the move. Pull the rib cage up, breath going through the legs, arms coming up into a high arch. And then exhale, hips come back center, hands come to prayer, and you have finished one side of the unlinked. That is the first half of a 1-1, 2-2s, 3-3s, 4-4s, whatever, how many ever you want to do. I will now do the other side, and I'll breathe it. Do it with me. Here we go. So yeah, we did right side, going back to left side. Here we go. Prayer, exhale. Breathe it with me. Inhale. Arms to the side. Exhale, prayer. Inhale, high arch. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, left leg back. Through Utkatasana, short high lunge. Inhale it. Exhale, runner's lunge. Push it back. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward into the short high lunge. Remember to push that pelvis forward. It's an inhale position. Exhale, push the pelvis back through the Utkatasana and keep the pelvis moving into the forward bend. Inhale, high arch. And exhale, prayer. Congratulations. You've done, or hopefully successfully done, one half of 1's or one of the unlinked. So now let's go to the link. Now, the linked, two distinct differences. I said there's only one, but there is two. First one is what I mentioned before. Simply the reason we call it the linked. It's because we come from the high arch and we go straight down. There is no prayer in between the right side and the left side. So if you're gonna do 1's, you just do one side and straight to the left side. You do 2's, you just keep it going. Never come back to prayer. Only come back to prayer when you have finished the unlinked. I hope that makes sense. Now I'm not gonna go through all of it. I'm just gonna go through the changes, which is only one thing. The arm and the leg work together. Now remember, the same leg, same arm. So if the right leg is going back, that's the right arm that's moving. If the left leg is going back, it's the left arm that's moving. And vice versa when you step forward. If the right foot is stepping forward, it's the right arm that comes. If the left foot steps forward, it's the left arm that comes. So I'm gonna take it from the forward bend, because that's where the arm comes into play. So we've come here in a forward bend. Let's go back to catty corner so you can see more clearly. Once again, this is an exhaled position. The inhaled, bend the knees, same thing, going through the Utkatasana first. But as you do it, it's going to be my right leg going back, so it will be my right arm. The right shoulder blade pulls down and that drags the right arm up. Now as you come out of that Utkatasana and go into a short high lunge, you bend the back knee and take it into a short lunge, but this right arm keeps moving. The pelvis still goes forward. The right arm keeps moving. Keep the chest square on center. Don't turn. Centered, forward. The right arm comes down. And now exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. This is exactly as we did before. Here's the switch. Arm and the leg move together. The right arm comes the right leg comes forward. Once that foot touches, the right arm drags back. And at the same time, the back knee, which is now my left, bends to assist the hips to coming forward. Remember, don't twist. Keep the chest square. You drag the right arm up and you're here. Exhale, going through the Utkatasana into the forward bend. The right arm continues its journey into the forward bend. Inhale, high arch. Because it's linked, we'll go straight into the left side. Here we go, breathe it with me. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, left leg, left arm through the Utkatasana, bending the back left knee. Keep the chest square on, hips square on. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, step the left leg forward. Left arm is on the drag and the right knee bends. Pelvis forward to assist with that inhale. Exhale through the Uttanasana to the forward bend. Inhale, high arch. Remember, the weight is on the balls of the feet, not in the heels here. Now I'm finishing 1's, and let's take it into prayer. Whew, done. Let's put all of this together. 1's. Right side, just the leg, short high lunge. Coming back to prayer at the end of that, left side, just the short high lunge. Coming back to prayer. Starting over again into the linked. Arm and the leg together, right side. All the way through from the high arch after we finish that, the left side. Left arm, left leg, coming through, and then we finish in prayer. Here we go. I'll call only the first side, and then we'll just breathe the second side. I hope that makes sense. Here we go. Prayer. Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, prayer. High arch, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, short high lunge, right leg. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, high arch. Exhale, prayer. And that was the right side. Let's do the left side. Here we go. Breathe it with me. And prayer. Starting the linked second half of 1's. Here we go. Inhale, arms out to the side. And exhale, prayer. Inhale, high arch. And exhale, forward bend. Inhale through the Uttanasana, the right leg back, the right arm pulls forward and up in circles, bend the back right knee, and now exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, plank. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, stepping the right leg forward. You're going to bend the back left knee, and the right arm drags back. Circles up, pull that right shoulder blade down, pelvis forward. Exhale, step the left leg forward into the Uttanasana, and the right arm continues its journey down into the forward bend. Inhale, high arch. And now let's do the second side. Remember, no prayer. This is the linked. Exhale, let's breathe it together. Good job, you've done it. So this is 1's. You can make 2's. You can do as many as you want. Just want to clarify, once again, this is the way I practice, teach, embody, explain the Tripsichore technique and the sun salutation. Once again, classically, there is no short high lunge, there's just short lunge. There's always a back knee bend. And also classically, there is a kumbhaka in between the short lunge and the plank, meaning that there is no breath between. So there's no exhale and then inhale. There's from this inhale, there's a breath hold, and then exhale. I have found it useful for my practice, for the people I practice with, to actually let that kumbhaka go and kind of incorporate it into the other sun salutes. To me, this is just warming up. That's just my theory. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and check out the next one that's to come, which will be the circles.